Hey, I'm Kim, and today I'm answering the question, what is cryptocurrency?
What is cryptocurrency?
I know you would love for me to be able to sum up what cryptocurrency is in one sentence, and we can all magically have the light bulbs in our brain go off and completely understand this, and this could be done in about 20 seconds, but that is not going to be the case. I need you to remember going into this that cryptocurrency is drenched in accounting terminology and economic concepts and investing, and if any of that stuff does not come supernaturally to you, some of this could be overwhelming. However, if I can understand this, you can understand it. So we need to break this down. So what is cryptocurrency is a huge question. And it's a question that I have to answer with a few questions. One of my favorite things to do when there is a massive concept is to actually break it down into tiny bits. And one of my favorite ways to do that is actually breaking down the word. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to break down the word of cryptocurrency. Specifically, we're going to look at crypto, meaning cryptography, and currency, meaning money. What is cryptography? Cryptography as a word has its roots in the ancient Greek word of kryptos, meaning hidden or secret. Simply put, cryptography is the study and practice of techniques that are used to keep communications secure. The earliest instance of cryptography we have is in ancient Egypt. The tomb of nobleman Khnumhotep II, who is believed to have lived in about 1900 BC, contained a series of unusual hieroglyphics. These hieroglyphics are believed to be an example of what's called symbol replacement. It's usually used to conceal information, but in this case, it was used to enhance its linguistic appeal. The first time we have evidence of cryptology being used to hide information was in 1500 BC, where a Mesopotamian scribe used it to conceal a recipe for pottery glaze. Cryptography has gone on to be used regularly in military intelligence. Most civilizations have their own version of cryptography, and it has been modernized over time. One example you may be aware of is Alan Turing's work analyzing the German Enigma machine in World War II. His work not only allowed the Allied forces to understand Nazi communication, but Turing's work is incredibly influential and arguably the reason that we have modern computers today. So as our computers got more and more advanced, the security surrounding our computers also evolved. I think most of us have had to implement some form of security onto our devices, whether that be a password, security questions, maybe you have a VPN. Those are all examples of modern day cryptography. Some of the most advanced forms of cryptography we have today are available on the blockchain. The blockchain is a topic all on its own, and it can be confusing. But the bottom line of what you need to know right now is that blockchain stores digital information, and that information is encrypted with some of the most incredible security technology we've ever seen. It is next to impossible to hack it. Its records are permanent, and they cannot be manipulated. What is currency? So currency in basic terms is money. Currency is money in any form where it can be used as a medium of exchange. Before we had regulated government currency, we're going to call that type of currency fiat currency moving forward. Humans relied on what was called a barter system. Basically, we traded goods and services for other goods and services. So if a baker needed to buy something, he could trade for it with bread. That was all fine and well, but it could lead to issues. Let's say the baker wanted to buy a horse. Now, I think we can all probably agree that a loaf of bread and a horse are not equal in value. So that could never be a trade. But let's say that 3,000 loaves of bread was an appropriate trade for a horse. The problem is that still isn't a good trade because the bread would go bad before it could even be used. We needed a better system. We needed an equalizer. And that's why fiat currency was created. So every civilization and culture had their own way of introducing fiat currency. But this evolved into the currencies that we're familiar with today. Whether it be coins, paper, or plastic bills, we all know what money looks like. But why is money worth what it's worth? What makes a dollar worth a dollar? That's a great question and one that could really be its own topic. But it's a combination of many things that basically boils down to how much do we, the people, and our government feel that items should be worth? How much is our labor worth? It's a combination of art and science. If you're looking for an example of how much the value of things change over time, look no further than the housing market. If you take a look at how much a house is for sale for today in Toronto and compare that to if it was on the market 35 years ago, you're going to see a massive difference, and it's way more than inflation. And oddly enough, that actually has to do with what we're talking about right now. In 2007, the financial crisis hit the world hard. This happened for a number of reasons, everything from predatory lending to low-income new home buyers, excessive risk-taking from financial institutions, and the bursting of the United States housing bubble. But it basically created a massive domino effect that led to an international banking crisis. Basically, it was a hot mess that totally messed up the credibility and the trust that a lot of people had in their financial institutions, as well as their government when it came to their money. So we've defined cryptography, and we've defined currency. So now the question is, what is cryptocurrency? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's encoded, encrypted, secure money. Basically, you take your fiat money and you convert it into this encoded, secure currency. The process is done through the blockchain. We talked about that when we talked about cryptography, the new type of technology that is more secure than anything we've ever seen before. These types of currencies fluctuate in value the same as standard currencies or fiat currencies fluctuate in value. But the difference is they're not controlled by government entities. The value of these currencies is dictated on the demand for the currency. So in the Canadian dollar and in the US dollar, our money is measured by dollars. In cryptocurrency, money is measured by coins. The creation of these coins happens through a process called mining, which is another topic that we will get into in a later video. But the bottom line is, when that currency is fully mined, meaning all of the coins have been created, that's it. No other crypto will be released. That's very different from fiat currency, as many governments just print more money when they need it. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency created. It was invented by a person, or a team, it's up for debate, known by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. Nakamoto wanted to prove that peer-to-peer cash systems could work and could be a different way of investing money as opposed to banks or the stock market. Some believe that this project was partially in response to the financial crisis of 2007. Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies operate on the blockchain, meaning that there is a record of all of the exchanges. It's a digital record or a ledger, and the blockchain must always balance. And millions of computers worldwide are regularly checking to ensure this. That means that money is not overspent, accidentally duplicated, or that there's any other type of financial error. Some argue that cryptocurrency is the worst thing to happen in financial history, and others argue it's the best. Either way, it's not going away anytime soon. Cryptocurrency in just over a decade has grown to be a $2 trillion industry. Bitcoin has always varied in value, but Bitcoin is not the only cryptocurrency option. In fact, there's more than 8,000. Each is unique. Some coins are valued in fractions of pennies, and others are valued in the thousands. It's a huge world, and it's worth your attention. Big companies like Microsoft, AT&T, Overstock, and Twitch are starting to accept Bitcoin as tender, and countries like El Salvador has officially recognized Bitcoin as legal tender in their country, with many countries looking to follow suit. This journey is just beginning. And as our world and our money become more digital, cryptocurrency looks like it's going to be the way of the future. That's it. We're done. We've covered everything, and we've explained what is cryptocurrency. Now, to be fair, this is a massive world. And if this is something you want to learn more about, you can go headfirst into this world and learn something new every day. There is so much to look at in cryptocurrency, all of the different currencies, more about blockchain itself. There's so much more for you to learn if you're interested. and I hope that Hubcoin can help you along that journey. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.